Well, it's only 6 o'clock and it's already getting dark. And partly because I think we have a bit of a storm coming, as you can see. But because it's getting dark so early, it now means we have to start putting the roosters to bed earlier, because they all come inside and go into sleep boxes to stop them crowing, because obviously I'm in such an urban environment. So my Danvers in here, and these are Barry's babies. So Brewster has gone to bed already, as is Sardinia, but I wanted to show you Bruce. So Bruce is a silkie cross from Chick Check. Come here. And he has turned out rather beautiful. So we're going to be breeding Bruce next year back with a white silkie to try and get some of this gorgeous coloration. I know, calm down. Some of this gorgeous coloration into a white silkie hen. So I'm really, really glad that I didn't cull him, because yeah, you're very pretty. But he's been sleeping in the shed up to now, but he's now started crying, so it's into the sleep box for him at night as well. Well, today I've been foraging for plants in a friend's garden, because you know that plants are expensive, so you can get stuff for free. It's really, really great. And basically up at the farm, in front of where I'm going to have the nuttery, I want to have an ornamental flower meadow. So grass, and then amongst the grass I want to have ornamental plants like alpine asters, geums, Strantia, and today I found some pheasant grass. So my friend had massive clumps of pheasant grass. There's about 20 plants in here. I've just shoved them in a pot. And then my idea will be to have, amongst the grass, I'll have these big tufts of pheasant grass, and then I'll have all these other little geums and astrantias and alpines. So I've got these alpine asters that I split up. So I've got about 15, 16 plants in there. And next time I go up to the farm, I will do a blog about exactly where I'm going to be putting these. But I've been collecting plants, so now I need to individually pot them all up. So I thought I would give you a little microgreens update. So we've got some microgreens growing here under my little strip lights. Now, the first thing is, I think they are growing a little bit too low. You can see the height of the shelf. And there is some bending towards the window, which is over there. So I think possibly these trays need to be sat on something, so they're closer to this light. The next thing is density. Now this is probably a little bit loose. There's not enough in there. And this is probably this is the same. So this is a radish. This is probably a bit too dense. So I think we need to equalize the densities on what we're putting in there. And again, you can see, I think the sunflowers, again, they're not very dense there. And they're a bit denser on this tray. Now, the other thing I need to work out is how to get everything to germinate equally, because you can see here we've got some that have come all the way up, and we've got others that haven't yet started, and they're right down here. I didn't actually sit these trays on top of each other. So I just had a cardboard across the top so they could all germinate. Now some people, they actually put the trays down and they weight them, and that means that all the seeds get pressed down continually, and then when they lift the weights off, then all the seeds have already sprouted and then they all start at the same time. So I think next time I'm going to do that, because it might get a more even germination spread rather than sort of I mean, the radish have done really well and the amaranth have done really, really well, but you can see with the sunflowers, there's some really towering ones and there's some that are still going. So it's all a process. We haven't had any more issue with mold. We have got the fan that we can put this on just to try and get the air circulating and cut the mold out, but we actually haven't had any more issues with mold since the sunflower sprouts actually started to come up. So that is the update on the microgreens. Well, I'm down in the main laying flock. Most of the girls have been through their molt now. We've still got this little ex-battery hen. She's still feathering up. And you know, it's October, but we have a broody. Well, I've just pulled her off the nest. So I'm getting about 3 to 4 eggs a day at the moment, which really isn't very good. But the girls do tend to like the colder, cooler weather. I'm really excited as well because Stumpy, who you see over there, she was supposed to be a naked neck from my friend, but we think a bantam got in and had a little rendezvous with the naked neck girls, and she has always been scraggly. She's always had no feathers, she's got bad toes, but I was really thrilled to see, look, she's getting some fantastic pin feathers. So she's going to be pretty again, hopefully. So good old Scraggly, there is Skeksis, the lone rooster from this flock now. And the Poland hens always tend to hang out together. So yeah, so I'm just enjoying a beautiful autumnal day down in the laying flock. So here are the last dying embers of my pepper plants. You can see there's still quite a few peppers on them, but it's getting cold now. They're not going to ripen up so much. I have got these gorgeous chocolate peppers. I've got two little chocolate peppers, and I really think they're lovely, so I'm going to grow them again next year. So I think really it's getting to the time where, even though these aren't totally ripe, I'm going to start picking them and taking them off, because once they get a little bit bigger than this, they're starting to go squishy, because it's just, there's even a snail there, it's just, get off. Ugh, horrible thing. It's getting too cold at night, there's not enough sun to ripen them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably today going to harvest all of these and then throw the pepper plants out and also the aubergines, because again nothing really is happening on these eggplants now. We've just got a couple left, and then, as I've said before, next year fewer plants, bigger pots, because these are the pots they're in, and you can see they're really small. So next year definitely a lot less, fewer plants, but I'm going to do much larger containers, so hopefully I can increase the production on fewer plants, and it won't take so much of my time. So what I thought I would do is update you on the zebrafinch chicks that I caught last week from the aviary, and I popped them into this separate cage. So the ones with the barring on the chest are boys. You've got a hen there right on the left, a grey hen. So the grey is the natural native colour, and it's the dominant colour. Then we've got a little, it looks like to be a white hen that just jumped down. There she is. And then there's another little white one there, which I've never had before. So it's kind of a white pied, I guess, because it's white. It's got a pink beak, which will go red. And then on its back, it's actually grey. So it's interesting. Now, the main reason I'm going to split all of my pairs up in the aviary is, as you can see, I've got a lot of grey. So I've got some fawn colours, I've got some whites, I've got some chestnut flanked whites in the aviary, but they're all paired up in mixed couples. And that means when they were paired up with the grey, because the grey is a dominant gene, most of the babies then turn out to be grey. So I'm going to split my boys and girls up this winter, and probably pull out some of my fawn pairs and my white pairs and house them separately, maybe in the house in cages. Just to breed them and get some more babies. But all of these I think are going to go for sale, apart from that little white one, because I've never seen the white with that little grey mottling. So I'm going to keep that one and possibly breed it with another white and see what happens. But I wouldn't be without zebra finches because they're very cute. Well, finally, on this sunny Sunday, I am putting out a shout out for help, because look at my poor little pine tree. I'm not sure whether it's that this is too dry. It's in a pot. I haven't pulled it up yet to look at the state of the roots, so possibly there's something eating the roots. I have started watering it a little bit more, and you can see that I have got growth here. But it doesn't look happy. So if you've got any ideas, I've been watering it again, and I've given it a little bit of a feed as well, but it is, look here, it's completely died off. I don't want to lose it. It's lovely. It's a lovely pine tree. So if you've got any ideas or tips, please let me know. The one thing I am happy about is the cyclamen that I underplanted have now started to come out, which is rather fabulous. And I've just noticed this one, it's got a little green blemish on the thing, but I do like cyclamen, and they are a sign of autumn, winter. But you saw there, just look how many of these pine needles are falling off. So if you've got any tips, please let me know, because I want to save this lovely little pine tree.